Hello everyone, this is Direwolf20, and welcome to episode 21 of Direwolf20's Let's Play OceanBlock series. Where today I think it's about time I start getting off the top of this little island. I was thinking about what I wanted to do today, and what I want to do today is going to involve a little bit of building and designing and planning. So I was like, you know what? I'm tired of living on this little compact space. As much as I've kind of enjoyed the challenge of, things are messy, right? I think messy is an understatement. It's about time we fancy some things up. So luckily we have Chisel back, which is awesome. And I also have a building gadget with me somewhere-ish. I do, 100%, yes. So I was thinking like, hey, let's do that. Let's do building gadgets and chisel. So that's kind of the plan today. I'd like to start expanding my island. We started expanding it a little bit, and we did okay. But I'd absolutely like to basically do better with my living conditions. So I'm probably going to start expanding out in this generalish direction, and I've chosen this direction because it's opposite this direction where all these slimes are. I've already had an instance where slimes have swum across the water to get me once or twice, and I just don't want to go towards them, so I'm going in this direction to get away from them. That's the end of the sentence that I'm saying. So anyway, let's look at Chisel today. That sound like a plan? And what I'd like to do is build a factory floor that will be my power generation and storage area. So basically an RF building will be the first thing I build. The plan is to have all the reactors. I'm probably going to move this setup into there. I will probably also have some power-based automation in this room. And, you know, basically this isn't going to be my one and only power generation throughout the series, because we have Draconic in the pack. We know that large amounts of power is going to be a thing. So we're probably going to proceed into having larger and larger and bigger amounts of power needed to progress through this pack. So I want a relatively large building that we will start by moving this structure into, and then we will eventually expand to have multiple other things. We'll probably have fission and fusion reactors for Mechanism. We'll probably have some Draconic stuff. Maybe we'll break into some of the Industrial foregoing reactors. I don't know. I do miss the old rainbow generator. No such thing as that no more. Remember that from Extra Utilities? That was ridiculous and fun. Also on my hotbar here, I have a material stonework factory. Guess who got a random quest reward? And it was a material stonework factory. It was me. I forget which one it was. I think it might have been the gas burning generator reward gave me that. So yeah, that's kind of cool, because you can use this to make all kinds of stuff. All kinds of stuff, right? Like, you can make, all kinds of stuff. There's a lot of things I can make with this and automate. So, I don't know. Just saying. It's cool, but also, like, we have mystical agriculture, so there's that. Yeah, to get netherrack, I think, requires a supply of lava or whatever. But, yeah, maybe. Maybe. Could be cool. We'll see. I don't know. We'll figure it out. I'm just going to put it away for now, though, because it's not really part of my plans. I was, like, getting all ready to start the episode. I'm like, hey, let me hand in these 2 quick quests. And then it was like, oh, cool. Big, important, awesome thing. You know what I also want to do while I'm here is get 3 more, if I can, range upgrades from refined storage, because I think we put 1 in there. Is that right? So you know what I'm going to do real quick is I'm going to teach you how to make the blank upgrades, because these are super useful to have. And then I'm going to request 3 of them. Cool. And that should get this thing crafting. And what I'd like to do is, ideally, my hope is that the range of this, once I have 4 range upgrades in him, will reach all the way over to where I'm going to be building, and that would just make my life a lot easier, right? That would be cool. All right, how are you doing, Smelting Factory? Almost there, just a little bit more of that. There we go. Range add-ons. So I know we're probably going to want another stack of you, so let's just do that. And there you go. 1, 2, 3. Beautiful. 1, 2, 3. 48 blocks. Not bad. Cool. Let's put away things that we don't need, right? The Entangled Binder, I don't need him right now. And other things I might wind up just throwing into my backpack here. Because we don't need a lot of this junk. Though I did really like that Entangled is in the pack, because that is such a useful and good mod that, holy cow, am I pleased that that's a thing. Alright, good. So let's take a look at chisel blocks and decide what we want to build our factory out of, right? And I might wind up repurposing this area, because this was cool, but I don't think we need it no more. Oh, hey, look, you don't need Silk Touch to pick up Blessed Earth. Today we learned. Awesome. How great is that news? See? See how nice it is having this range upgrade? How far does this last? Does it reach all the way out here? Good enough for me. Okay. So I'm thinking what we should do. I like this for the floor. Does that look like a good floor? I like that for the floor. That's a good floor structure, I would say. The dots, the default one. And then for the building, let's see, factory. I thought you changed the visuals. Chisel A1. Oh, this is what you can chisel, right, by clicking. So what if I did this, and I built this wall? Right? And then we did this. Hello! That's cool. Hey! That's not bad. I like that for walls. Circuits, that's pretty good. Columns are okay. Kind of dark, I would say. Also not bad. Meh, too busy. Okay. Don't want any of the hazards. That would just be annoying for the entire wall to be. Also a little too busy looking. Meh. Rust 2. That could be kind of cool. Not what I'm looking for. I think I've used these in the past and enjoyed those, but I kind of like that rust too. It's nice and simple looking, right? I kind of like that rust too. That just works for me. Yeah, let's do rust 2. Chisel all the blocks. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to repurpose this area that I've built into this. Now, is the Feral Flare Lantern in here? It is! Thank you, FTB Pack, for having Feral Flare Lanterns, because you're my favorite. We should just have a bunch of glass. Give me a stack. Get to crafting. You're very slow up there. We need to put speed upgrades in that thing pronto. And I should really consider moving this painting, and I have no idea what's going to happen when I move this painting. That's my problem, is I don't know what... is it going to spawn a new... I guess we'll find out. Let's do that now. Thank you. Yes, today is the organize the base a little bit area episode. That's the plan for today's episode. Where should I put this painting? That's an exceedingly good question. How about we throw it under here? Does that sound cool? I can think of no reason not to do that. Well, I can think of lots of reasons not to do that. It's one of those, I have no idea what to do with it. But I think the first question is, what happens if I move it slightly? What happens if I move it slightly? We're going to learn together how the paintings mod reacts to being moved. Boink. Hey, it connected my existing painting. Sweet. And remember, when you jump home, yeah, it sends you back to your bed. So that's cool. Okay. That looks good to me. So then we're good. We're good for that being moved. Does this chest do anything anymore? Nope. Has an axe in his hand. Doesn't use it. Classic Dyer. All right, let's expand this area out. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get you. Let's start with these guys being this. Okay. And then let's get our exchanger here. And I wish there was a sleeping bag because I'm super duper going to want to do that in a minute. But let's get a this. We're going to bump you up to, let's say like, yeah, that. Thank you, exchanger, for not breaking torches. I don't know who it is, but somebody's breaking lighting. I don't know who, though. So unfortunately, I had to make a pulverizer, of all things. I'm just going to plop it here for the time being. The reason I needed to do that is I need sulfur for something I want to make real quick. And the only way to turn sulfur into sulfur dust is either using an earth charge or with the pulverizer. It doesn't have the equivalent recipe in the crusher for mechanism, so I had to whip that up real quick. But now I can make a tape measure from chisel and bits, and that sounds cool. Because I wanted to easily check out, oh, you know what, I want you to be, what is the hotkey for chisels and bits? Options, controls, category. Chisels and bits. Radial menu? Period? That's what we want. Block form. Boom. To boom. Oh, maybe not. I thought that would do that. I forget how this works now. Do I have to hold it? I might have to hold it. Yeah, that's how it works. I remember now. All right, so that turns out to be a 16 by 19. So if we bumped this out 3 more, we'd be better. Like that. See the beauty of the chisels and blitz measure? So now we're 19 by 19. That feels like a big enough room for some... I mean, there's probably going to be a lot of things in this room. Maybe not, but I think it's better to plan for more than plan for less. I think that's fair. Yeah. All right, cool. All right, so now you can go away, and you're going to have these dudes turn into... I went with the rust choice. Chisel all. And let's make you a vertical column. Does 6 blocks tall sound good? Do we think that's tall enough? Or would we want to go a little bit higher? I feel like a taller room is a better idea, only because like we're probably gonna have like other reactors and stuff in here. So maybe even higher than that. Maybe even higher than that. Now, is that really doing... I think that's doing 10 blocks. Because it's... Yeah, the way... If I did place on top, it would place 11 blocks. And I'm looking at how many are in my hotbar there. 63 turns into 52, so that placed 11 blocks. So that's actually 11 blocks tall. Boom. Okay. So that gives me lots of room to work with. Now, we're going to need a lot more of these factory blocks. Oh my goodness, we're going to need a lot more of these factory blocks. Do we really have no more stone? I guess not. Is now a good time to do speed upgrades? I feel like now's a good time to do speed upgrades. And don't forget energy upgrades, because that's an important one. Are there any upgrades we should auto-process besides that? Gas upgrades probably a good one to go with, because doesn't that make machines use less gas? Probably. Anchor upgrades? Nah, we don't need that. And muffling upgrades still a thing, hilariously, but I am not going to be doing that either. Cool. So what if we got... Would it be horrible to ask for 16 of these? Oh, we're short on iron of all things. I was wondering when we'd get low on iron. I really was legitimately wondering that. When would we get low on iron? It's a question I asked myself. There's no iron in there, and there's no iron in there. I should do iron seeds, but, you know, it's we'll get there kind of thing. It's been a while since I've done any sieving, obviously. So, let's see. Enrichment Chamber. Where did I put you? You're the regular... Yeah, this guy. Yeah, don't go too crazy time in a bottle dyer. And I should probably get a stack upgrade going here. So give me 6 of those bad boys. And this is why we need speed upgrades. Since I didn't auto-craft you, it doesn't matter that I'm manually doing this. There you go. All right. Mechanism upgrades. Can I have 16 of you without too much of a fuss? Almost. Almost. Still not yet. It hasn't gotten around to that yet. Okay. Are you... We're going to need a handful of these. Let's just get a bunch. Never hurts to get a few extras. Yes, I just used a bunch of iron. Thank you very much. I know. That should be enough. 1 stack and 1 speed. That'll be cool. Mechanism upgrades, speed, 16, energy, 16. Cool. Should be good. A lot of work to make those, but worth it in the end. Back in a minute when the crafting's done. So let's throw a few upgrades in these bad guys, right? So 4 of them. Oh, that's pretty nice. That's pretty nice. How about you? Oh, no, you have... yeah, okay, yeah, we're not going to take that off our hotbar for now. Actually, go into my backpack. My backpack of wonderful things. Nice. Noticeably better, right? Noticeably better. And because we don't want to forget our energy upgrades... I'm only putting 4 of each in for now, because resources are still a little bit tight, right? Resources are still a little bit tight, so having 4 of each is not a bad call, I think. Smelting, we definitely wanted to have a lot in, though, so, you know what, I'm going to do 4 in you, and then 4 in my coal-based, the carbon-based infusing factory, right? So we did these guys, and we did these guys. I think that's a good call, for sure, right? Noticeably faster, noticeably better. Not amazing yet, but we'll get there. Cool. All right. Now let's get back to building our new base area thingy. And I should now be able to make my feral flare lantern, which will go a long way towards lighting that up without needing. Hey, where's all my glass? Oh, but it'll come really quick, right? Because we've got smelting speed now. Look how fast that was. Now we just have to wait for the tubes. I should upgrade those pipes. All the things that we're going to need to do eventually. Hey, where was this at? Thermal, I got a reward for doing this. Ooh. And Misk, I got a reward for doing this. Ooh, an Imperium Comma. That's cool. Don't I already have one of those? Maybe. 8x compressed experience pearls. Well, that's a thing. 8x compressed? That's a lot of experience, or am I crazy? I mean, what do I do with these things? Is that bananas or what? It'll make magical eggs from many utilities. It'll make experience opium. That seems like a... Can I turn these into like straight up experience? I'm just gonna like straight down the line it. I feel stupid doing this, but like I can't not, right? I gotta find out if this is the type of thing that I can turn into like actual experience. Zoinks. Well then, that's a thing that just happened. That's kind of a thing. We have a lot of experience now. I don't... Okay. 8x compressed is like serious business compressed. That's a lot of experience. I wonder how many levels that adds up to in the end. I have no idea. I have no idea. What other dust did I just... I thought I had aluminum dust. Oh, it's called grit. Okay, thanks. Thanks for having a different name, aluminum. Good enough. Alright, so let's build up this building now, right? So I should be able to straight down the line. Sweet. Not bad at all. Okay. Getting there. And then straight down this line. Ah, we need more of the stuff. I'm probably going to need more iron at this point. I'm pretty sure I'm out of iron. Well, yes. Definitely relatively out of iron. Relatively speaking, out of iron. We can fill in a few more blocks, but not much. Yep. Back in a minute. I don't know where the center of this is, by the way. You know what you can do with the... Here's a nice little trick. Where's my measuring tape? If I remember correctly... Oh, great. You turned into a different color. The number is always placed in the center. So this should be the center of this wall. That looks centered to me, right? Yep, looks good. Alright, I did start sieving more gravel, but probably not as much as I should have. Let's see what I got up here. Are you done sieving? You know what I'm going to do? Oh, wrong side. I'm going to rotate you. That's what I'm going to do. Because I'm probably going to want to... That should be good. And this for a moment. All the gravels. You know what? Making the diamond hammer was a good call. You know, the fact that it can handle the double compressed makes life a lot better. It really does. How's my iron situation? Not as good as I would hope. So we'll be back in a few minutes when it's go time. Didn't I shift click you? Oh, I see what I did. Hold on. Yes. Now we're better. Back in a few. We've got some iron collecting to do. I'll tell you what, though. Tick accelerating these sluices, super fun. Don't forget to tick accelerate the hopper, though, if you go above 16. All right. Last little bit of building. Think we can make this work? There you go. Not too shabby. Now, I wouldn't mind not being in a giant tin can. So part of me is like, should we get some glass in here? And I started looking at glass, and I'm not seeing a lot. I crafted a bunch of glass. I'm not seeing a bunch of clear glass. So does this have like the clear glass-ish texture going on here, or not as much? So let's get you. And I might need to silk touch this guy, because I forget. What's the mechanic again if we do this? Do I lose the glass? I do lose the glass, don't I? Yeah. Yeah, so we're going to want to either get silk touch on our exchanging gadget, which would require a little bit of effort, but not too much. I don't have a... Do I have a Silk Touch in book yet? I don't think so. I don't think so yet. I do have the Silk Touch tool, though. So if I need to break these guys, we can, right? But let's... I don't want, obviously, that much. But, like, what would a... How about a 5-ish? What would this look like? You know what I'm going to start with is you. Let's pretend like this and this. How would that look for windows? That might look cool. That might look cool. Yeah. And I want the ceiling to be the traditional Dyer ceiling as well. So that'll be a significant amount of glass going on up in there. Pretty much straight across the center. And probably also boom, boom, boom. Like that. Oh, so close. So close to having enough. But we're going to be stealing some in a minute here, so maybe we'll be all right. So what if we did that? Would that be some cool looking... So it's basically 2 from the side and 3 down the middle. And that'll give us a little bit of glass. Hmm? Or should I go one more? And do something like that. So that would be like most of the wall is glass, which I'm not sure I love. I don't know. I'm not sure yet. I'll tell you what, though. We definitely want our Feral Flare Lantern in place. And while that's going to be a little bit dark for a bit, that'll quickly become no darkness around. Does that look cool for glass windows? That might be cool. Just remember, like, if I place this, we have to use our other thing. Yeah, I was looking for like a clear glass pane kind of deal, but that may not work. Yeah, see the problem is there's no good glass in this pack. There is no good glass in this pack. There is no clear glass. The only clear glass that I'm seeing is from Tinkers, and that requires a casting basin and all that stuff, and that's usually like a hassle to get in bulk. I might legitimately add that connected glass mod that I played with in Enigmatica. The one that has connecting glass and clear glass, remember that one? That was a cool mod. It had some nice glass, I'm just saying. And what's funny is pane in the glass is in here. Pane in the glass is in here, but that has glass panes of all varying kinds, which I haven't looked into yet, but looks neat. But it doesn't have any like full block glass. So maybe at some point we'll see what the deal is. How is glass coming along? We're getting there. So let's building gadget our ceiling. We'll see how far we get. Not quite that far. We're gonna need a lot more glass. What do we think? Not bad. That's kind of cool. No, that's pretty good. I think that looks cool. Do we want to do some kind of windowing thing over here? Obviously not as big. But maybe something like that? I think that's cool. Yeah. Yeah. That's a nice little, so this will be my energy, all things power-based room, basically. So I want to have, I'm going to move this stuff in there shortly. So this whole setup will get moved into there. So that'll be power generation and storage. And then we're going to do a lot of stuff with wireless energy transfer. So with power and with... There's a Tesseract mod. And there's... Mechanism has the quantum dude, obviously. The quantum entangloper is a thing. Right? That's expensive, though. But it can do all the types of things. Power, remember, has... you know, these things, the Ender Gates, which were pretty good, as I recall. So we'll probably want to play with those, right? So we'll use this as a central power generation room, and probably throw some automations in there for power. So like that power crafting system, we'll throw in there as well. Cool? All right, so let's wrap up the episode here. We'll come back next time. We'll start moving this stuff into that room, but after I get power stuff up and running, because what I want to do next is start working on power, start working to automate it, okay, and then once we get that done, we'll be able to make ourselves a bunch of those connectors from power. So what I need to do is I need to get the ender cells, I want to say they are, right? So ender cell, I'm not sure which tier I'm going to want. Maybe we'll start with hardened, because I don't think we have much by way of blaze stuff going on just yet. We might have a few blaze rods going. I think we have a few, maybe from quest rewards or something. I forget. But blaze essence, probably tricky to get because you need soul jars of blazes. But there are blazes in that blood magic dimension, right? So we could go in there and hunt down blazes and get... So we'll see. We'll see. But once we get that going, we could then get... I think we have to put energy cells in them, and then we want to start looking at automating this stuff, right? And then we can have wireless energy. Now, don't forget also we have flux, so we should not forget that flux networks is also a thing. So we could go the flux network route. That is another way to do wireless power, and that's always a good option too. Let's not forget that needs you know what, that's not bad now, because yeah, we could 100% do flux now, because we have a... Remember, we were holding off on that because of ender pearls, but we have ender pearls now. So that's another option. We'll consider which one we want to do. I don't know. I did do power last time, and flux networks is definitely a thing. That's good times, and we haven't done it in a while. So we'll see. Anyway, wrapping up point. Devil20 signing off. Hope you guys enjoyed the episode. We will be doing power one way or another, because I do love the power nuclear reactor, so we'll probably be doing one of those. And we'll also be doing probably mechanisms, fission, and fusion reactors, because we're going to eventually get to a draconic energy core that we're going to want to fill up, right? So anyway, wrapping up point. Devil20 signing off. Hope you guys enjoyed the episode. Take it easy.